For over 400 years, one family in Japan has been shaping rice flour, beans, and sugar into tiny edible sculptures. These sweets are called wagashi, and making them is a precise and delicate art. Confectioners have to be quick, and their hands have to stay at just the right temperature, or the dough is ruined.
ですから昔の本当にうちらのその古い菓子屋のって言ったらほとんどもう天上人といった貴族ですね。天皇陛下と貴族しか召し上がらない。
Kiyoaki Maegawa is the 17th generation owner of his family's shop in Kyoto.
やっぱりお菓子はやっぱり好きで、お菓子作ってて楽しい。
So how did this dainty art go from a delicacy only a few enjoyed to a national dessert? We went to Kyoto in Japan to find out how these traditional sweets are still standing. Kiyoaki learned to make wagashi from his father when he was 22 years old. At 68, he trains all the workers at the family's confectionery shop, Kameyakiyonaga.
昔の職人っていうのはこう見て覚えろというやり方やったんですけども、私はそういうやり方は絶対ダメで、もう手に取ってもう教えると、でもやりなさいと。
They specialize in kyogashi, a type of wagashi made only in Japan's ancient capital of Kyoto.
もちろん京菓子も和菓子なんですけども、和菓子の中のナンバーワンが京菓子です。
Most recipes start with simple ingredients like rice flour, sugar, and beans. Pastry chefs heat and mix it all into a paste.
うちはもう材料惜しみは一切しないと。やっぱり一番いい材料を使っていい技でそのお菓子を作っていくというのがうちのモットーでございます。
They strain the paste for about 5 minutes to remove any lumps. Wagashi comes in many shapes, but there are 3 main varieties. Namagashi are soft and moist. Han namagashi ranges from gooey to dry, and higashi are dry and have a longer shelf life. Here, they're making a namagashi shaped like a chrysanthemum flower, a symbol of fall. Just a few drops of dye will colour the dough to the right hue of pink.
それもやっぱり色も決めてですからね、濃かったり薄かったりしたんでは絶対そのものになりませんので、だからそれはやり直す。先ほど言ってたようなことですけども、やり直さします。
Getting the perfect colour is essential for Kiyoaki.
でバーッと押してると、バッと私が購買見に行ったら、これちょっと色がこれは濃すぎると、バサッと捨てますよ。もうやり直しなさいと。
Timing is everything. Pastry chefs have to sculpt the confectionery in about 2 minutes. If they work too fast, the design will look sloppy. Too slow, and the sweets absorb body heat and won't turn out well. This simple wooden stick, called a sankakubera, is the only tool they use to sculpt the petals. If one line is out of place, they have to start the process again.
私自体はお菓子を作るのに、一つ一つ我が子のように作ってるので、完成したらとても嬉しい気持ちになります。
Chrysanthemums are a Japanese national symbol and represent longevity and rejuvenation. The country's changing seasons shape the sweets. Pumpkins are made only in the fall, and cherry blossoms in the spring.
季節の折々を自分で感じ取りながらお菓子を作っていくのが楽しいです。折々のこうお菓子で表現できるなら素敵だなと。
Kiyoaki is involved in every step.
ですから それ以外やったら別に何でもしますけども、まあ何でもやりますよ。それ何でもできんとね、やっぱりねこう注意できないんですよ、社員に。
He mostly follows old recipes and styles, but has also added newer ideas to the menu.
はい、今日はハロウィンでございますので、ハロウィンのかぼちゃを作っております。
He mixes yellow and pink food dyes to create the perfect orange hue. Designing each piece is all about using the right tools and techniques.
菊といえばそういう本もありますんです。和の昔の絵に描いたものなんですけど、そんなん見てもやっぱり同じものになっておりますね。
Records show that Japanese envoys brought wagashi-like sweets from China around the 7th century. Sugar was a rare commodity, and only aristocrats and the wealthy could afford it. Kiyoaki's ancestors learned how to make wagashi from a priest and opened their shop in 1617. It was one of only 28 shops chosen to cater to the royal family. They delivered their sweets to the palace in boxes inlaid with mother of pearl.
でこれを預けて帰ってきて、また別の日にこれを引き上げに行きながら次の注文をお聞きして帰る。
Western confectionery began arriving in Japan during the late 19th century, after the country opened its ports to foreign trade. Wagashi literally translates to Japanese sweets, and it became the term used to differentiate between the two. Kameyakiyonaga offers a wide variety of confectionery every season. The shop also makes ryokan, a namagashi type. Confectioners make the base with red adzuki beans, brown sugar, and agar, a gelling agent. Once everything is boiled, they pour it into a mould and mix in walnuts. The name of this ryokan is tsukikage, which translates to moonlight. It cools for at least 2 hours before it's ready to serve. To contrast the moist desserts, the shop also makes higashi, the dry sweets. Workers press the dough in traditional wooden molds. This one translates to good fortune in Japanese. Higashi sweets are small in size and have bright colours and detailed designs.
その中にいろんなお菓子があって何の味と言われるとちょっと難しいんですけども、やはりこう心が通じると言いますか。
Wagashi comes in numerous shapes and styles, influenced by each region's unique history and geography. Each piece is named after a season or a reference from Japanese classical literature. But when it comes to enjoying the treat, Kiyoaki says simplicity is key.
だから手でパクッと割るのがやっぱり素朴に食べていただいたらええじゃないですか。かっこ悪いことはないとは思いますんで。
Zen Buddhist monks introduced tea ceremonies in Japan in the 12th century. The practice evolved into a social gathering for friends and became a ritual that represents harmony and respect. Wagashi's sweetness made it the ultimate dessert to serve in these ceremonies, to complement the bitter tea.
まあつなぎっていうのが、お茶とお菓子は切っても切れない仲とこういうふうに我々も申してますし、お茶屋さんもそう言うてます。でどっちのお薄にしてもお濃茶にしてもどっちしましてもお菓子はついてきますんで。
Today, wagashi is sold across Japan, from specialty shops to department stores to street vendors. Despite the competition, Kiyoaki never cuts corners when it comes to the materials and production methods.
いいお菓子をいいあんこを炊いていい技を使ってそれを生かしていかに美味しく召し上がっていくかということがやっぱりうちの長く続いている原因やと思います。
He knows he has a long history to live up to.
でこれは私の父の16代でございます。こちら母でございます。
He is working to pass this tradition on, but says the hardest part is securing workers.
やはり職人にしましてもやっぱり自分も将来は自分のお店を持ちたいという夢を持ってうちへ来ております。
For now, his best strategy is to keep sales stable. One way of doing this is to appeal to the younger generation.
それをいかに和菓子屋にしていかの今の若い人にもやっぱり受けんと飽きませんので、やはり若い方にも好まれるちょっとインスタ映えするとかそういうようなお菓子も考えて。
But long before social media, Kameyakiyona's place in history was documented in this 300-year-old book listing all businesses in Kyoto.
これはなかなかないもんで、もうこれをなくすと何もありませんので、日頃は銀行の貸金庫に預けております。
Kiyoaki's past is what motivates him to look forward to the future.
私は17代なんで、やっぱり18代を次の子に継がすように今努力はいたしております。